A reading from the first book of Kings. At the mountain of God, Horeb, Elijah came to a cave where he took shelter. But the word of the Lord came to him, "Go outside and stand on the mountain before the Lord. The Lord will be passing by." A strong and heavy wind was rending the mountains and crushing rocks before the Lord, but the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake there was fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. After the fire there was a tiny whispering sound. When he heard this, Elijah hid his face in his cloak and went and stood at the entrance of the cave. A voice said to him, "Elijah, why are you here?" He replied, "I have been most zealous for the Lord, the God of hosts. But the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant, torn down your altars, and put your prophets to the sword. I alone am left, and they seek to take my life." The Lord said to him, "Go, take the road back to the desert near Damascus. When you arrive, you shall anoint Hazael as king of Aram. Then you shall anoint Jehu, son of Nishmi, as king of Israel, and Elisha, son of Shaphat of Abel-Meholah, as prophet to succeed you." The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
I long to see your face, O Lord. I long to see your face, O Lord. Hear, O Lord, the sound of my call. Have pity on me and answer me. Of you my heart speaks. You my glance seeks. I long to see your face, O Lord. Your presence, Lord, I seek. Hide not your face from me. Do not in anger repel your servant. You are my helper. Cast me not off. I long to see your face, O Lord. I believe that I shall see the bounty of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord with courage. Be stout-hearted and wait for the Lord. I long to see your face, O Lord.
According to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I say to you, everyone who looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out, throw it away. It is better for you to lose one of your members than to have your whole body thrown into Gehenna. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one of your members than to have your whole body go into Gehenna. It was also said, 'Whoever divorces his wife must give her a bill of divorce.' But I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, unless the marriage is unlawful, causes her to commit adultery, and whoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Good morning. This is a hard text today, given our cultural experience. We're stewed, cooked into a water that says my truth is authentic and real, and your truth is authentic and real, and let's live it that way. It's called the reign of relativism, which is another way of talking about tyranny. So if all of our experiences of things, of life, are authentic and they conflict, we just at least try not to go to war with each other. That's a really bad soup that cooks our brains, our reasoning. And the horror of tyranny is it often leads to the exercise of force to lay down one tyrant's rule over another. There is something true about what you really experience. For example, when you experience a break with the Lord, when you experience a rupture in a relationship with your spouse or your child or a colleague. Those are true, real experiences. But the culture stops there and says we respect those experiences. The Lord wants us to go beyond that, and He does that by teaching us very simple things. So today's readings takes us out of our 21st century moral relativism. It's a sandwich. You shall not commit adultery, don't lust. Divorce, not a good deal. Why would He say that? And what's the uplifting message? Well, because it brings us to the truth about what God's mind is, God's plan for marriage, for the culture. And it's a steady anchor, this teaching. Jesus gives us some help. Well, what do I do if I am sinning in this great way? Well, if it's your eye, pluck it out. If it's your hand, cut it off. I don't know how many men and women will be walking around with one arm, maybe no hands, no eyeballs. You know, once they hit their teen years and once they hit their 20s, right? It'd be like, oh my gosh, a nation of blind people. These hyperbole, these excessive statements is to get our attention. It's a Semitic way of reasoning. God's plan is not to marry and divorce. It's not same-sex attraction. It's not any of these things. It's a man and a woman. And it's really important, if Jesus is any kind of witness to what God's plan is for marriage, that divorce, except if it's unlawful, really means if you married your cousin or your sister, which has been known to happen in royal families on the occasion for political necessity, but not a very good thing. So, this is a call to fidelity that hurts. We may have people in our families who are divorced and remarried, or living together and not married. It makes us uncomfortable because the culture has blessed that in its relativism. And if we resist it, the tyranny hits back hard. Just look at how the media deals with that. But the encouragement is that it's concrete. If there's something you're doing, stop it. Turn to the Lord. If there's something that you can't stop, ask for the grace. get spiritual direction, and if necessary, get mental health support. These are within our grasp. These are practical things in addressing sin. Oh yeah, let's not forget, go to confession. It's probably a good idea. Let's try that. What grace do you want? Not for you. Let's say you're a confirmed celibate, you're married happily, unhappily, but still married and still moving in that direction, working on things. What grace do you want? What grace, hunger did the readings prompt in you? Asking God for his favor, for his mercy. That's what we can do today. What can he do to lift us up so that we have courage like our prophet today in Kings, right? Wait for the Lord with courage. Be stout-hearted and wait for the Lord. Lord, I long to see your face. Let's open up to that as we move towards the Eucharist, that we can pray, Lord, my son, my daughter, my sibling, my brother, my sister, my parents are in that situation and it's eating me up. I'm grinding over it. I'm discouraged by it. The Lord says, here is the dumping zone to unload and to receive. Jettison, reject the anxiety if you can. Ask God's power from the Eucharist and ask for a specific grace. Lord, give me the grace to let go. Lord, give me the grace to praise you in all things. Give me some help, Lord. I don't even know what I need. It's so deep. I can't even figure it out. I'm just a dumbhead sheep or goat. Maybe me a goat. Let's do that with courage, with stout-heartedness, and wait on the Lord to answer our prayer, to receive mercy from the throne of all mercies. May Jesus Christ be praised.